gives me great pleasure to welcome the 110-meter Olympic champion, Grant Holloway. Come on. He forgot his medal.
I'm going to get used to wearing it again.
So, Grant, tell us. Speak about the journey. We as a brand have been really privileged and fortunate to have you as one of the athletes on our roster. We've been there for those moments. We were there when you won gold at the World Indoors. We were there when you won gold at the World Outdoors, not once, not twice, but 3 times. 3 times. This was the one that you really wanted. And I know you were happy with your silver in Tokyo, but I know there was a massive, massive hunger in you, and you really wanted this badly. Tell us, give us a description of the process that you've gone through from Tokyo to here, and how this all felt, and what is going on in your mind and behind the scenes. I know there's a lot that you want to say.
Well, first and foremost, thank you guys for having me. The pleasure is all mine. Since 2019, you guys have welcomed me with open arms, and my family and I have been nothing but grateful for you guys. So first and foremost, just thank you. But second, Tokyo was an experience. I'm not going to sit here and say that I was satisfied with silver, because at the end of the day, I know I'm a sore loser. So, going forward off of that, it was just one of the things where I had to just take it and understand that I was, immature, I was young, I was still, trying to develop myself into an event that causes for a lot of repetition. I always say practice makes permanent, and then permanent makes paper. So, I just wasn't there all the way, and then, ever since 2021, honestly, I kind of just took it upon myself to, figure out ways to continue to grow, not only as an athlete, but as a person. And I think from 2021, of course, till now, there was so much growth, there was so much movement, not just physically, but, in my mind and emotionally as well. And, really going into my mind and digging deep of saying, like, okay, somebody's working hard, somebody is, of course, going to, try to get the extra hours in, and somebody's going to still try to, do more. But what people don't know, I'm that somebody, I'm just somebody that's doing all the hard work. I'm the one that's staying up. And at the end of the day, I'm always just looking forward to just growing as an athlete. And, I love the sport. I always said, this career Grand Slam is officially done. But, I'm looking forward to just continue just to pass the legacy. You have other athletes that do it year after year after year after year. Well, I want to be that other athlete as well.
Now you're giving me the perfect segue to my next question. You talked about this Grand Slam, because you've checked all those boxes here. We were privileged enough to have another athlete here a couple of days ago, Miltos Tentoglu, who is already on round 2. European indoor, outdoor, world outdoor Olympic champion, and now he's got another Olympic medal. So now he's, like I said, he's on round 2. How about you? Is round 2 in the plan?
Yeah.
I know we spoke a little bit back there, and I was a little disappointed. So.
Round 2 is definitely still in the plans. It's just, for me, I just want to be able to say, or I want someone to say, when they think of 110 hurdles, or if they look at the textbook of 110 hurdle history, my name is front and center and at the top. And, without growing as an athlete, without growing as a young man, I don't think I'll be able to do it. So I'm really just looking forward to just kind of going. Obviously, LA is 4 years down the line, and I know I made a joke to you. It's kind of far, but it's right there. So, we shift our focus to that. We celebrate and we rejoice in this moment. But going forward, we know at the end of the day, it's going to be another, dream to conquer.
All I'm saying is I'm going to be in LA, and you and I are going to be doing this again in LA. So
can't
we
wait.
look forward to that. There was a lot of pressure. I know you felt it. What did you do differently, or what did you do to dissolve that pressure?
See, the thing with pressure, I feel like pressure is one of the things where you go in and you feel like you're not prepared. I think this major, the last 2 majors I've done, from here to Budapest outdoor last year, this is the most confident I felt going into a major final. You know, I felt like I was prepared mentally, physically, emotionally, and it was just up to me just to execute my race plan. You know, so I work tremendously with doing mental fortitude. So when I'm at practice, I'm getting the blocks. I'm already envisioning myself on the purple track in my lane, 10 hurdles down the line. I can see the finish line on all the cameras. I'm playing that over and over and over and over and over again in my head. So when the moment arises, it's not nothing I've never done before. Coach Holloway and I, we've been doing coaching and father-son relationship since 2016. And there's some days where Coach Holloway will look at me and say, "You're absolutely crazy," because I'm like, "Let's do another rep. I did something wrong." And the last week before I actually came out here, we did 3 reps over 10 hurdles in 110-degree heat, no pun intended. And literally, I take 15 minutes, drink some water, do it again. 15 minutes, when I did something wrong, do it again. So practice makes permanent in that aspect. And I'm just, as long as I continue to practice at a high level, each and every time I'm on the hurdles, I think the sky's the limit for myself.
You talked about the sky's the limit. I'm going to latch onto that. What is next? You joked about the fact that we'll be doing this in LA again. What is that next hurdle for you, literally and figuratively? And what is in your mind? Are you kind of thinking, it's the world record, it's I want to do this Grand Slam again? What are you thinking about?
I mean, to do the Grand Slam again is obviously it's not going to be easy. We have great competition in 110 hurdles. I think it's the best it's ever been. But for me, it's, what's the next major? And obviously we got to get ready to go to China here in the next 6 to 7 months. So that's where my focus is getting ready to shift to. How can I continue to keep this 10-year dominance going? How can I make it 11? And, obviously after that indoor season, we'll shift our focus back to outdoor. How can I go into a track meet and defend my world title? I've been successful doing it 3 times, and what's better than 3 is 4. So let's continue just to, every time we have a new major or something arise, let's be able to shift our focus and go to the next one.
I'm going to a little scripture. Indoors is next, we'll talk about that. A lot of you are aficionados of the sport will know that Grant is in his 60s of unbeaten races in the 60-meter hurdles. That's unsurprising. I'm talking about rounds and finals. It's not like he's lost in a round, whatever. He hasn't lost. So that is obviously a big focus for you. Somebody that's close to you, that's known you, knows that you work exceptionally hard, and you talked about it. It's not that other athletes don't. But you did make some changes from Tokyo to here.
Absolutely.
And it was evident. Is that something you can share? Something that you focused on?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very, very big on accountability. If you tell me you're going to do something, I expect you to do it. And I was always raised, a man is only as good as his word. And, John Regis is an absolute good agent, and I hold him to the same high standards as everybody else. If you tell me you're going to do something, let's do it. So from Tokyo, I had to look myself in the mirror and say, where did you falter this year? And the weight room was a big area where I felt like I could have been way stronger and way better. So I made some changes in there. And then Coach Holloway and I, we knew how to win majors. That wasn't the thing. But I told Coach Holloway, look, I really want to change this, and I need you to be on the same page as me. And he didn't agree with it at first, but going forward, he trusted me. He trusted my gut decision, and we made that change. And then also, I just continued to make small changes. Getting enough sleep. I have ADHD, so sometimes I can just be sitting in the bed, just I wonder what I'm gonna eat for breakfast tomorrow morning. I just continue to think. But I try to hop on my sleep, and then also my support staff. I used to not not travel with therapists. Now everywhere I go, I have some form. I have 3 good therapists that travel with me, and I have one that I ever meet. So I just want to be able just to continue on the good consistency training. If I have something wrong, I want to be able to address it, get it done, and then we move on. So I'm just looking forward, and I'm pleased and happy with everything that I've accomplished. But after every year, I look my team in the mirror, and I'm good enough, and they know that I can say, all right, we didn't do well in this aspect of the game. Let's try to kind of like a report card, you know. The thing is, in order to get gold medals, you have to have A's all around. You can't have a C somewhere and then have all A's. Like, it doesn't cancel out. You know, wherever you're weak at, it's going to show. So I just wanted to just make sure I, you know, got rid of the weak links and made a good change.
Well, you did, and you did a good job. Quick question. If there's one thing that you were going to do differently, is there anything?
If there's one thing I would want to change, no.
See?
Honestly, like, I really do enjoy the person that I am. I really do enjoy how charismatic and genuine I am. I think you definitely know, but for people who don't know, I can walk in any room and you can make friends in 30 seconds. You know, and that's the main thing for me. It's like, I want to be able to just remain the same, but then also just continue to get better on the track. And I think that's what really sells people, is not just, you know, I'm a great athlete, but I can sit here and say I'm a damn good human being. And, you know, regardless, I always try to remember people's names. I know I'm not the best at it, but I try to remember people's names, try to remember their story, so the next time I see them, you know, I can always ask, how's the family, how's this, how's that? And, you know, I think that's something that, you know, will live with me forever.
Yeah, and I think those family values run deep, and we have the pleasure of spending time with your mom and your dad. We see that. Just wanted to say this. In that little gift bag there, there's going to be something that's going to help you relax and sleep at night. So that's good. Awesome. Then, with that, I'm just going to do two more things. I'm going to go to the floor. Are there any questions from the floor for Grant?
I don't bite.
He doesn't. Do we have a microphone here?
Thank you so much. Congratulations, Grant. Now, as you said, your career Grand Slam, you've got it. You said pressure, you didn't really feel it, but somehow, going nitpicking, you didn't look quite as smooth in that final as you normally are. Would you agree?
Yeah, of course. It's the Olympic final. Who's going to be? Nobody's going to be as smooth as they usually are, because we know at the end of the day, you won't get this moment again for another 4 years. I always say it could be as ugly as the worst race I ran. I could have ran 15 seconds. You know, as long as I crossed the finish line for everybody else and I'm able to call myself an Olympic champion, I think that's the main goal. I can fully agree it wasn't one of my best races, but when I can make one of my worst races be a sub-13 performance, I think that just kind of speaks volume of when there's no pressure or there's no title on the line, it's just a regular track meet. I'm able to actually go out there and execute my race plan. You know, I might be the first person on the 12.7. I firmly believe I can do it, but, you know, I don't think this track meet was a world record race. I think it was just get to the finish line for everybody else first round, and, you know, we'll worry about that second half later.
Just, is the gentleman up there with a question?
Hi, Grant. Can you just describe what it's like when you cross that finish line and realise that you've fulfilled this goal that you had for so many years?
Yeah, I mean, crossing the finish line is definitely, you know, the feeling that everybody wants as an Olympic athlete. You know, you cross the finish line first, and you're able to call yourself an Olympic gold medalist. I think that's what every athlete here, you know, at the Olympics is definitely gunning for. But for me, it was more so of I say this in the most respectful way possible, but it was kind of a norm for me. You know, whenever I don't cross the finish line, now I got to reevaluate what went right, what went wrong. How was the preparation? And that's where I kind of lean on my team a little bit more. You know, John Regis is in here a lot, and I can always tell him, it's like, you know, that race, nobody did anything wrong. It was all me. But like, I can always say, you know, this is where I need to do better, or this is where I lack. Rather if it was treatment, rather if it was nutrition, rather if it was sleep, you know, I can firmly look at myself in the mirror and say, you know, this is what I want to do. But just going forward with the, you know, cross the finish line first, to be honest, it still hasn't hit me. You know, I think each time you win, it's kind of a norm. I know it's gonna hit me soon. But for me, it was just another race. You know, all those people that I was in that final it's like a diamond league. It's like a diamond league event. You know, that's the beauty of hurdles. There's never like a moment where we all trying to duck each other. It's like every race, you know, that's that. So that race was kind of, honestly, it was another race for me. And just across the finish line first, ahead of the old Olympic champ, and then obviously we had some heavy hitters in there with Daniel Roberts running 12:96 at the USA Trials, and Frank Britton running 12:92. And then you also have Bravo for PR of 12:94. That was a stacked final. So, my goal was going into that final. If I can make one of the other runners run sub 13 to beat me, then I can tip my hat on to him and say, you ran a great race on this day, and you crossed the finish line first. But my main goal was to stay consistent. I've been winning diamond leagues in all my other races with sub 13 performances. If not sub 13, definitely 13 flat range. So I just wanted to make sure I just came out here and just ran the same race. And, to ring the bell at the end, I think definitely had a different flair to it. You don't see that every day. So to ring the bell, I rang it 5 times for the 5 World Championships I had, and I'm just looking forward to just doing it again.
Always doing something with the meaning. I think that concludes the questions. In addition to all the goodies that you have over there, we have another gift for Grant. And you might have noted Grant has a lot of ink, and he likes to get tattoos to celebrate or to commemorate moments. And he's had an opportunity, he does know that we're giving him this, but he's had an opportunity to chat to the artist. And the artist has been working, so we're going to get him to come back and show him the tattoos. So if do you mind coming up, sir, and showing Grant?
Moment of truth.
Moment of truth.
I would show you guys a tattoo on my back, but you told me not to. But this is great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. There you go.